Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forest. I am Pelenta, and this is my forest. Grab yourself a glass of water or a cup of tea and spend the next few minutes with me. And like I always tell you, don't believe everything you hear. Check your facts and do your own research. And as soon as my butterflies bring us on in, we will get started. Don't you want to know what my butterflies are saying? Ow! Hey, don't you want to know what my butterflies are talking? Check this out. I have got, excuse me, let me clear my throat. What I was trying to say was, I've got news to talk about. Juicy, juicy news. But before I talk news, I'm going to talk smack. And you know who I'm going to talk smack about? I'm going to talk some smack about Jimmy Fallon. And why? Because I like Jimmy Fallon, and I like Jimmy Fallon's show. I'm still high on the Obama show. But I just want to say, Mr. Fallon, I am highly offended because I have reached out to you with my heart and soul on several occasions, and I have invited you to be interviewed on my fabulous set that I have built with my two hands. You didn't build your set with your two hands, and I feel as if you are ignoring me, and it is quite despicable. I built this with these hands. With these hands, I built my own set. Anyway, I'm just talking crazy. I double dog dare you to get off of your high late show and come on down here and let me interview you, Mr. James Jimmy Fallon. Let me move on. See, the song says move on. Let me move on. No, but seriously, you know why I talk crazy? Because first of all, I feel like a little bit safe here. And you know why? Let me tell you why. Look down there. Look down there. You see how many views I have? Look, let me tell you something. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure out I am not famous. I am not extremely popular. Look at how many views I have. Jimmy Fallon is never, ever, 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 ever gonna see the episodes of me talking smack about him. So I can say whatever I want. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo. Anyway, I have a pretty cool show lined up for y'all this evening. I hope that everything in your life is going fabulous. I hope you are doing fabulous. And I just want to say thank you for watching me. I know that you're probably sitting there going, you know what? This lady is crazy. And you know what? You're right. But some of my news is real news, and I'm sure you appreciate that. Some of my news is crazy news. Some of it, you're like, hey, I didn't know about that. Some of it you probably laugh at and just whatever. So I'm going to get to some serious news here, and I want to start off talking about the state Senate kills a bill requiring doctors to disclose probation. Now, I'm about to go crazy already. Check this out. State Senate kills bill. Not Kill Bill, like Kill Bill the movie with Vivica A. Fox with her fine self, and Uma Thurman. I love her. She is fine and sexy too. Listen to this. Now, first of all, before I go off on a big old rant, I'm going to try to keep this short down to like about 20 minutes, and I've already messed up 5, talking smack and acting like a damn fool. But basically, what this is saying is, if your doctor has done something wrong and he's on probation because he done acted like a fool, he doesn't have to disclose it. So let me read this to you. A bill requiring doctors on probation to tell patients about their status failed in the Senate this week. Senate Bill 1033, introduced by Senator Jerry Hill, Democrat of San Mateo, lost on the Senate floor. With 15 votes in favor, 6 votes short of passing, 13 voted against, and a dozen members opted to not weigh in at all. Did you hear what I just said? Is that crazy or what? Now let me go on. Senator Richard Pan, Democrat from Sacramento, spoke out against the bill, questioning language suggesting doctors would need to disclose allegations against them before a final decision is rendered on their case. Now, Pan is a physician himself, voted against the bill. I wonder why. What does he have in his little closet of skeletons? And then it says, the California Medical Association and several other groups representing physicians, plastic surgeons, and psychiatrists also oppose the measure. Consumers Union, California Public Interest Research Group, Californians for Patient Rights, the Center for Public Interest Law, and other consumer groups supported the bill. Of course they supported the bill. Am I screaming? I don't mean to be, but gosh darn it, they supported the bill because they're on our side. Now, they said that they're extremely disappointed that the lawmakers have put the interest of doctors with a history of serious misconduct, editor please, they put the interest of doctors with a history of serious misconduct above the public's right to know. So you know what? Now, of course, I'm going to exaggerate a little bit because this is all the information that the article is giving me. But basically, what this says, and you can read all in between the lines. And like I always say, check your facts. Don't get mad at me for making up stuff and adding stuff. Because it is your responsibility to go behind me and research and check the facts and get the full story. But just by them hanging this out here like this and simply saying they don't have to disclose what they're on probation for. They could be on probation for 10,000,001 different things. Now, you going to the doctor, yes, I said you going instead of you're going, but you have, I'll just say for instance, okay, you got a big forehead like me, all right? You got a big old shiny forehead. Ooh, I'm messing my butterflies. You got a big old shiny forehead like me, and you don't like it. So you look up in the phone book and you see Dr. Frankenstein fixes people's big old foreheads. You look up at the reviews, and then all the reviews say, oh, he fixed my big forehead. My forehead is nice and flat now, and I feel great about it. Well, the other 50 reviews where he done messed up somebody's forehead and made it 10 times bigger and it's all lumpy, those reviews are hidden. So you don't know that Dr. Frankenstein is not the best forehead doctor in town. You don't know because it's hidden. You don't know about his why he's on probation and how he done messed up everybody's big forehead. Do you think that's fair? No, it's not fair. What about the people? See? We always stick up for the snakes and the weasels, and that's not cotton picking fair. Moving right along. Now let's get to some more nonsense. Guantanamo Bay prisoner claims torture. Okay, so we have a prisoner that's in prison for war crimes. He's jacked up people, beat people up, done all kinds of horrific, terrible things. Now, his butt's in jail. What he's done to other people is now being done to him. And guess what he's doing? He's complaining and he's whining and he's mad about it. And you know what? The best part of it is, he's in America and he has rights and he gets an attorney and he gets to complain. And you know what? He's probably going to win his case. I'm not going to spend too much time on this nonsense, but you can look it up and research it for yourself, my good friends. Oh, and here's a bit of news. The gorilla incident. Now that alligators are snatching kids out of the water, and we have crazy fools shooting up sweet, innocent people in nightclubs, we've forgotten about the gorilla, but they've raised the barrier on the gorilla exhibit. What does it say here? Now, instead of it just being 3 feet high, it's 42 inches high. What sense does that make? Okay, so you done went from 3 feet to what, 4.5 feet? That's just stupid. You might as well have just left it 3 feet. I'm gonna leave that one alone too. Okay, well, let's see here. West Nile detected in Arden Arcade, Fur Oaks area. Mosquito samples, dead birds tested positive for the virus. What is going on, America? It seems like over the last couple of weeks, we are under attack. I mean attack. We got Zika, we got West Nile, we got people going crazy and shooting up. We have animals snatching us up. Tell you what, next we're going to have birds coming out of the sky, snatching our wigs off and eating our butterflies. It doesn't make no kind of sense. And then look at this article. How a fly could halt the state's ivy's invasion. If this is all we had to worry about, we'd be in some pretty good dang shape. Okay? Because we have this ivy invasion and it's just overtaking everything. And you know what? And the bad part of it is, the vexing Cape ivy is a native of South Africa, and it was brought into the United States way back when as an ornamental ground cover. You see, we should have left that Cape ivy in South Africa where it originated from, instead of bringing it over here. If we had left it there, it would be doing just fine. But we brought it over here, and now look what happened. What? Okay, you could take that any way you want to, but anyway, the Cape ivy, which can climb up to 30 feet, crowding out other coastal plants and requiring frequent herbicide treatments, is causing all kinds of problems. So now that we done brought the ivy over, instead of leaving it in its own habitat where it was probably happy and not messing up nothing, now what do? Now we got to bring in a fly to calm down the ivy. So this fly deposits its eggs on the Cape ivy, and it causes a huge boil growth known as a gall, and it forms on the plant stem and it stunts its growth. So my question is, what happens? Man, this is some Jurassic Park mess right here. So what happens when it stunts that growth, and then that thing starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and gets all out of control and crazy? Then you're going to need to bring in some big old gargantuous something to get rid of that fly. And then the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on until the break of dawn. You know what? Like I tell you, I don't believe everything, but I believe anything. Because you cotton picking people on this planet are absolutely freaking crazy. Because when you come up with solution to things, I am thoroughly convinced you do not think it through thoroughly. You've convinced me of that, okay? You do not think about the solution completely, because your solution has some horrendous consequences. Did you guys see Eva Destruction with Gregory Hines? What was his line in that movie? How do you make something that doesn't even have an F and off switch? It's just unbelievable. So anyway, let me get on to, okay, I didn't really want to say this, but I guess you guys already know, so I'll talk about it. But you already know that Prince, he died from an overdose of fentanyl. And fentanyl is 100 times more potent than morphine. It was self-administered. How he self-administered it, I don't know. If it was through the mouth, a needle, a patch, I don't know. But a lot of people have already died from it here in Sacramento. And anytime you take a prescription, they always say it's accidental. Quite frankly, to me, it's not accidental when they put this crap on the market and give it to our people. And when I say our people, I mean everybody on the planet. Because to me, we are all sisters and brothers. We are all family. And we need to start treating each other like family. Here I go. All right, I'm not going to get off on a big old tangent because you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me rant and preach, but this is what I honestly feel in my heart. I'm dead serious. So moving on to some really funny stuff that you probably don't know. Don't sit your pearls. If you have pearls, don't put them in vinegar because they'll melt. I know I heard a story about back in the Egyptian days, they had pearls and they'd put them in vinegar and let them melt, and then they would drink it, and it made their insides shiny and rich and all kinds of crazy, voodoo nonsense. I don't know. But this is some cool facts. This is about the Radio City Music Hall and bowling alleys. The largest movie theater in the world is the Radio City Music Hall in New York City. And in case you didn't know, it opened in December of 1932. And it originally had 5,945 seats. Now, I don't know if it still has 5,945 seats, but I would like to know if ever every single seat has ever been filled. And if all of the seats have been filled at one time, I would like to know, what movie was everybody watching? That is something that I would like to research and find out. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to write myself a note. I'm going to research that tonight, and I'm going to let you know on my next show, which will be episode, I think, 25. And let me see, what else? Oh, listen to this. I used to live in Japan, and I didn't even know this because we were stationed at Yokota Air Force Base. So we went to Tokyo a lot. But the Tokyo World Lanes Bowling Center is the largest bowling establishment in the world. It has 252 lanes and one very tired pin setter. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show for the evening. Thank you so much for watching me and laughing at me and shaking your head and rolling your eyes, because you're probably sitting there going, you know what, that chick is freaking nuts, and you are freaking right. So anyway, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My book is available everywhere. You can even find it on my website, PelentaArtForest.com. Angels Passing Through is the name. And we are going to get ourselves out of here. You all have a fabulous, fantabulous evening. Be safe. God bless you. I am so very grateful for everything, everything, everything. Hold your loved ones close. Tell your friends, You love them. Your people that you love them. Be kind to one another. Cherish today, because you never know when it is going to be your last. Thank you so much for watching. Many more shows to come. And I will see you next time on Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forest. God bless you all. Good night.